off, I like to do my disclaimer. All products used and mentioned in my videos are not sponsored. They're just products that I like. If you have a favorite brand, use your favorite brand. Today is going to be a different type of video. This is not going to be my standard cooking one. It's going to be a major money-saving tip video. I'm sure we all dealt with it before, where we went into our freezer, grabbed some meat out, and discovered it being freezer burn. Probably because we just dumped the packaging from the store straight into our freezer without rewrapping it. The problem is the wrapping that they use is so thin that you're more likely to get freezer burn than not. So we gotta learn how to rewrap the meat. The one nice thing about rewrapping the meat is you can always get a family pack of meat. It don't matter what you get, whether it's legs, chops, whatever. It don't matter. You can divide it up to individual meal size. Whatever your meal size for your family, you can actually divide it into meal size. That way you're not wasting a whole pack of meat because you can't get through eating all of it. You can divide it up into the portions that you need. For me, since I'm by myself, it's going to be smaller portions. Way smaller portions. Anyway, let me introduce some things that you will need to do it. You're going to need freezer wrap. Freezer tape. This is the special tape that you actually use in your freezer. And wax paper. Now, the reason why I use wax paper, any outside surfaces that is exposed to the air, I'll put that over it so it gives another layer of protection. So, I got a chuck roast. I'm going to show you how to wrap a chuck roast today. Later on, I will be doing ground beef. After I buy it, I'm going to get the family pack and then divide it up. And I'll show you how to divide it up. And yes, I do have a scale that I can weigh it with. So that'll be later. But right now, we're going to do a chuck roast and get it in the freezer. Here is the chuck roast that I'm going to be wrapping. I took it out of the original wrapping paper. And now I will be showing you how to actually wrap it in a freezer wrap. Now what I'm going to do is cut a nice big piece of paper. I'll put this over here so I don't get it out of my way. Then we're going to center the roast. I had already cleaned it. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be covering the top of it with wax paper. It's an additional barrier to keep it from freezer burn. Now my mom used to do this with the burgers. When you do multiple layers of burgers, you just put one layer underneath and put that on top and then keep doing it until you're done with wrapping your burgers. Yeah, you can wrap your own burgers. You just have to get the big pack of ground beef. Do it. And now, the hardest part is getting it first started. Make it seam. Try to get it nice. Because the flatter it is, the tighter it's going. And you just keep wrapping it down like this. Now, the nice thing about doing your own meats like this, you can do it in your portion control. For whatever your family eats, you can divide it up. So you can get family-sized pieces of meat and then actually divide it into the portions for your meals. That way you won't be burned out on meat. And the nice thing is you can actually do this with cooked foods too. Just make sure they're not really liquidy. I did it with chicken I cooked outside. I got a bit of sense of humor now. You're going to love this one. I waited until it was a nice day in winter when it was 50 degrees outside. I revved up the grill and I cooked a bunch of chicken. I froze some of it And then when it went to minus 22 below degrees here, actual temperature, I posted on my Facebook page that I was eating chicken cooked outside. Yeah, my friends know how I am. They say, you froze it, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Sure did. They know I ain't going to be out there in that weather and be cooking outside. Even the hardiest people wouldn't be doing that. Now, I don't know if they might have a few drunk ones might try it, but I don't know. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, you can fool your friends and family by doing that. If it's super cold out, you can freeze some chicken that you already cooked, or whatever you want. You could even do a steak on the grill. Throw it in the freezer cooked. That way all you gotta do is thaw it out. And the most important thing, make sure you label what it is. You don't want mystery meat. You think you're pulling out pork chops, and you pulled out a steak instead. That might not be a bad screw up, but if you wanted chops, it would be. So always label and date it with today's date. So make sure you label it. It's a chuck roast. And today's date. And then stick it in the freezer. And we're done.